Good morning, students. Welcome back to your business study online class. And children, today we will be discussing about the remaining topic of chapter number 6, that was social responsibility of business and business ethics. Student, before that, I would just like to give you about the information about COVID-19. Students, COVID-19, there are certain appropriate behavior of it by which we are able to protect ourselves and other also. I hope you will be following these three appropriate behavior, and these are: first, to wear out mask properly, which will cover your mouth and your nose also. To have at least 6 feet of distance from each other, and to wash and sanitize your hand frequently. So these are basically the three appropriate behavior by which we are able to protect us and other also from COVID-19. Children, now let's start with chapter number 6. So in the previous video, we have already discussed about that a business is using the different resources from society, like the human resources, the capital, and the raw material. These all resources a business enterprise is getting from society to run its business smoothly. So, because a business stay into a society, it used the resources of a society, it also had certain obligations toward the society. And those obligations are called as social responsibility. I have explained you that any business enterprise does not have a mandatory to complete or to obligate all the social responsibility. It's basically a voluntary action from the enterprises, right? So whenever any business is set up, we divide that type of business practices into two manner. Once, a business who is having a desired practice or desirable practice, or a business who is having undesirable practice towards society. Now, how we can able to define desirable or undesirable practice? I have told you that any enterprise has a main motive to start businesses to maximize its profit. Now, for getting this profit, if a business owner is exploiting the workers, if a business owner is doing wrong type of advertisement, if a business owner is selling the adulterate or expiry goods, if a business owner is polluting the environment, not using proper technology for saving the environment, we will say that the business enterprise are indulged into an undesirable practice for increasing their profit. And these kind of business does not work for a long period of time, because they have an adverse effect towards society, and society will not accept them for a long period of time. So these all are called as a undesirable practice of a business. Now, what can be a desirable practice of a business? That can be when a business enterprise is providing good quality of product, creating a healthy environment condition to work into the organization, paying its taxes honestly, and has installed pollution devices into the factory so that environment can be safe. So these all are what? These all are a desirable practice which a business enterprise is doing just to see that the society does not affect or adverse affected by it. So we can understand the social responsibility is what? It's basically obligations of business towards society to perform those actions, to take those type of decision which will be in a desirable term, which will achieve the objective also and the value of society also. This already we have discussed in the previous video. Today we will be discussing about the argument for social responsibility. Students, whenever we talk about the social responsibility, there are different business enterprise who have their own argument about it. Now there are certain business enterprise who feel that their main objective should be only to earn profit. For this, if they have to avoid other sections, they can avoid. Now there are certain business enterprise, those who have that, because they are using the resources of business, they are using the resources of society, they should go through with the social responsibility first. They should go through with the ethical values towards the society. They should be responsible for serving all the interest or serving all the section of the society, whether they are customer, whether they are employee, the supplier, government, community. It means the business enterprise thought that their action, their decision should be good for the customer also, welfare. It should be welfare providing for employee also, for supplier also, for government also, and community also. So when we talk about social responsibility, every enterprise has their own views about it. Now, today we are going to discuss about that what is the need of social responsibility. So there are two argument about it. There are certain enterprise who are in the favor of social responsibility. In favor of social responsibility means they thought that they should be taking those type of action and they should be taking those type of decision into the business which will not give any adverse effect to society and other section of people. So we say that these all are in the favor of social responsibility. They all thought that because business is running in the society using the resources of society, they should have their objective of social responsibility also. So these all enterprises are in favor of social responsibility. Now there are certain people, those who are in against of this argument also, right? They thought that social responsibility should not be given much importance because a business, if a business will work or if a business will start working for social responsibility, they will not able to get their main objective of maximizing the profit of owner. According to them, they are arguing about the social responsibility, that the main social responsibility of every firm or most of the firms or organizations are to maximize the profit of the owner. So we are going to discuss about these two things today. Let's start. Argument for social responsibility means a business enterprise who thought that social responsibility should be considered as a main because we are using society resources. Now let's see why a business enterprise should follow the social responsibilities. So the first thing is justification for existence and growth. Now, justification for existence and growth basically means a business is going to exit into the market, into the society to satisfy the human needs, to provide goods and services to human, right? And though it's very important for them to get profit, to conduct business activity, they should also fulfill the other social responsibility also, because they have to make or they are using the services or the resources which they are getting from the society. Now this assumption of social responsibility by business provide justification for its existence and growth. It basically, in simple language we can understand it, that according to this, why we should go through with the social responsibility is because if any business want to exist into the society for a long period of time, how their existence is possible? Their existence is possible, their growth is possible if they are able to satisfy the human need, right? Because human are the one who is going to use their product, who are going to use their services, right? So if we are satisfying the human needs, it means we are providing the qualified goods to the human, we are giving all satisfactory services to the human. So this is what, if any business enterprise need to exit into a market for a long period of time, if any business enterprise want to grow, they have to satisfy the human needs by providing them a good quality product within a reasonable prices. If they will not do this, they will not able to exit into the market for a long period of time, the business will not able to grow. So this is the first argument for social responsibility, means this is the first reason why we should follow social responsibility, to exit or for a long period of time or to have growth into the business. Now next reason for going through with social responsibility is long term interest of firm. This say that if a firm has make its image of only getting maximum profit, right? So for a short time of paid, they can try to avoid services toward the society and can get profit. But this way they will be not able to make good image in front of the society people, like workers, like consumers, like shareholders, like government official. And in that way the business will not able to run into the market for a long period of time, and the people will start withdrawing their cooperation from the business enterprise. So this is just for the sake of business only, business enterprise only, that if they want to remain into the market for a long period of time, they have to take the interest of society. Next is avoidance of government regulation. Now we all know about Consumer Protection Act 1986, COPRA 1986. Now, why this law has been came? Why this law has been passed into the parliament? Because before 1986, there was lots of way by which the seller was exploiting the consumer. So whenever there will any business who will try to exploit the consumer, the government can pass a law and restrict its work. Nobody want to be regulated by other. Same thing is here also. If a business does not want to be regulated from or the government, if they don't want to adversely affect their freedom, so what they will do, they will not do or they will not avoid any responsibility towards society. Because if they will do so, so the law will be passed by government by which they are going to be bounded to follow that. So in case an enterprise want to avoid government to interfere into their business organization, they will go through with the social responsibility. They will follow all the responsibility towards society. Now next is maintenance of society. Now this argument is here, the law cannot be passed for all possible circumstances. People who feel that they are not getting their dues from business may resort to anti-social activities. It basically means maintenance of society means if a business organization is not following the social obligations properly, and the people those who are engaged into that firm and the people those who are affecting by that firm are facing issues, so what will happen after some time? For each and everything law has been not made. So what will happen? There will be certain anti-social activities which can be conducted by these people, and after that it's going to adversely affect whom? It's going to adversely affect to the business. Now how you can understand the antisocial activities? Like if a business is not paying its employee a proper salary on time, if a business is polluting the environment, so what can happen as a form of antisocial activities? The people who are living near to that industry and the worker who are working over there can go for a strike. So this can be example of antisocial activities, and when they will go for a strike, the production work will be completely shut down into the organization. Now who is going to affected by this? It will be a business who is going to affect adversely by this. So that is the reason it become a duty of a business enterprise to maintain the society, to maintain the values of the society, to oblige the social responsibility, just to avoid antisocial activity from its organization. Now next is availability of resources with business. Now when we talk about resources, we can talk about human resources also, and we can have an example of financial resources also. Now this basically say that every organization need to work properly, finance also and human also. Now after getting the human also and financial resources also, it's very important for a business enterprise to use these human and financial resources effectively so that the problem can be solved. So here for this, the human resources and the capital resources can be utilized properly. If it means the business organization can able to tackle the society problem betterly and given the huge financial human resources at its disposal. Next is converting problem into opportunity. Now this is very important term here, that how a business enterprise who are using the resources from society, by using these resources, can easily convert the problem into opportunity. So, like, we have lots of risky things which can be occurred into a business. Now, what is the duty of a business enterprise? A duty of business enterprise is to convert these risky situation into a profitable deal. It can not only solve social problem, but it can also make them effectively useful by accepting the challenges. Next is better environment for doing business. Now, if a business enterprise is working into the society, is operating from the society, society has lots of different type of complicated problems, diverse of problem. In that case, there will be a chances of less success, because if a business enterprise where it is working, that areas people are facing some issues into the society, it is going to affect that business also. So that is the reason it become the responsibility of a business to see that they will not go through with those situation by which the society people will suffer it first, and after that the social illness is going to affect the business environment also. Next is holding business responsible for social problem. Now it is argued that some of the social problems have either been created or perpetrated by business enterprise themselves. Environmental pollutions, unsafe workplace, corruption in public institutions, and discriminatory practice in employment are some of them. Now, it basically is saying here that there are certain problems for which business is responsible. So it become the duty of a business enterprise only to deal with these problems, instead of waiting for some other institutions to come forward and to deal or to solve these problems. Now, what kind of problem a business is responsible? कौन सी ऐसी प्रॉब्लम है जो बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की वजह से स्टार्ट होती हैं? नाउ दीज कैन बी इन्वायरमेंटल पॉल्यूशंस. इन्वायरमेंट क्यों पॉल्यूट होता है? व्हेन देयर वाज a polluted gases which a organization pass out, right, from the chimney side at the time of their